I'm here with movie preview guru Gareth von Kallenbach. Gareth, thank you for joining us on the show.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
Okay, and now Gareth, what is exactly that you do? Because I've seen you at the conventions, you're giving us movie previews. You certainly are an insider in the movie making profession. But aside from just what you do at cons, what is it that you do that makes you so hot?
Okay, well, basically, thank you for that nice introduction. What I do is I'm the creator and editor of Skewed and Reviewed and the lead reviewer, and I have been a professional reviewer for, going on 12, 15 years now. I've actually been doing it ever since high school, and I wrote for many publications, syndicated, and about 5 years ago I started my own site, and we're just now putting a brand new layout together, about 75-80% done with that. I have a very talented guy that's putting the website together. And so therefore I do film and game and travel reviews, as well as interviews, news, and such. And of course, through that, I ended up speaking at conventions. I think it's been almost 10 years ago that I was actually at a convention, and someone went up to me and said, "Gareth, we've got a gap of about an hour and a half we need to fill. Can you go up on stage and wing it?" I did. He came to me and said, "You know what? We did a seat count, and you actually outdrew every one of the guests that we had." So from there, people started asking me. So I do anywhere from 5 to 7 shows a year, and that's pretty much it. That's and I do a little bit of video game testing on the side, and then I also do a couple of radio shows. I have one on the East Coast I make appearances on, and I'm a regular guest on the top-rated morning show in Seattle, the BJ Shea Morning Show on KSW.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Now, Gareth, obviously you're here at SpoCon doing your thing, and it's actually been a fantastic convention. Have you gotten a chance to see some of the other stuff aside from just being a panelist?
I did, yeah. It's been very busy, but I've been very impressed with the artistic nature that many of the panels have. The 501 has done some great job with the costumes. I got to catch a little bit of Timothy Zahn, and I've got to talk to a few of the people in the fan clubs to get see. They're doing the miniature and the artwork and that sort of stuff. So what I've seen has been very good, but I've only gotten to see a very small amount of it right now.
Well, it has been fun. And the 501st is there. They're everywhere. They've actually been at every single convention I've been at for the past 6 months. So they're everywhere. They're pretty cool. Now, Gareth, can you kind of give us a not so much a exclusive, but can you kind of give us a preview of what you're going to be talking about in a couple hours on your panel?
Absolutely. We're going to be talking about some of the upcoming movies of the next 3 to 5 years. And one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to be breaking some exclusive news about a new genre film, Alien vs. Predator 3, as well as some other things, including I have an email response right here on my Instinct that I just got this morning from J. Michael Straczynski, creator of Babylon 5, and we're going to tell you the latest on the future of Babylon 5. And we're going to talk about everything from G.I. Joe to the new Terminator series to some of the Harry Potter films and some of the films that are rumored and in between. So we've got a lot of stuff. Some of this has just come from Comic-Con. Some of this stuff hasn't been readily made available yet, and I was able to dig up through my various sources and that sort of thing. And so we're going to have a good time with that. We've got a lot of stuff to give away. We were really fortunate that Vivendi Universal gave us some stuff for Ova Bowl's 2 upcoming films, Postal and Seed. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the little side projects I do. I've done a few walk-on appearances in about 5 or 6 movies now, so ironically, 3 of them are coming out in the next year. And we're going to talk maybe a little bit about my dabbling in the video games and my appearance in the upcoming Postal 3 game. And just, have some contest, have some fun. We're going to talk about some insider news. We're going to talk about a little bit of stuff that you might have heard about the future of the X-Files and how the disappointing opening last week will affect the future of that. We're possibly going to, not possibly, we're going to talk about the new Star Trek film. We're going to answer all sorts of questions. We're going to talk a little bit about 24, about some of the new shows that are coming in the fall, how the writer's strike has affected the films that you're seeing now and might see in the future, what the pending actors strike might mean. So we're going to get into it, and then of course we're going to have question and answer and give the fans what they want to hear.
Can you give us kind of a little sneak peek about one of the things you're going to be mentioning in the thing? Mainly because this show will actually be posted after the convention.
Not a problem. I'm more than happy to. Okay, so we're going to start. I'll give you 2. How's that?
That'll work.
2 things. Okay. Well, we all heard about Shia LaBeouf's little accident and his DUI and his thing, and was he drunk, wasn't he drunk? Well, he was officially found to be not at fault for the accident. They had to announce this morning that he actually crushed his hand severely and required major surgery for the accident. As such, his hand and arm are immobilized, which is rather fun because they're making Transformers 2 Revenge of the Fallen right now. As such, this now has to possibly be written into the film to accommodate why the lead star can't use one of his hands. So this is going to change some of that. And the other thing I think we will talk about, I'm going to save one of the big surprises, is we're going to talk about, I think we can talk about how we haven't seen the last of the Star Wars films.
Oh, really?
That they are indeed, the 6 films are indeed coming back one more time in a way that you've never seen before, and some rumbling as to what you might see in Star Wars in the expanded universe in both the gaming front, as well as some very early but distant rumblings about the live-action TV show, as well as possible another cinematic outing.
As long as they don't
and Indiana Jones 5.
Okay, as long as they don't give the Ewoks, walkie-talkies, I think we're okay.
Yes. Ewoks with walkie-talkies. No, what the rumblings are, and of course is with Lucas, things change, but I'm starting to hear a lot of push for the Old Republic. And there are some games coming that way. There have been some rumblings for the last year and a half that, hey, a Knights of the Old Republic movie might be interesting. BioWare apparently is ready to officially announce. They kind of hinted at it, let it slip, but haven't said anything. There's apparently a Knights of the Old Republic massive online Star Wars game in development right now.
Yeah, I heard something about that on the Wizards of the Coast forums. Right. Unofficially, of course.
You're going to see a lot of this because next week, and at the end of the month in Seattle, they have PAX, which is the big video game conference, which apparently has now surpassed E3 as the biggest one in the area. You're going to see a lot of companies there talking stuff, and they're going to be hopefully letting the cat out of the bag. I know last year they kind of played it close to the vest and said, this is what's coming in the next 3 months. We kind of knew a lot of that stuff. Now we're going to probably get some real stuff coming out of them. And then this is all going to lead into Christmas time. I'm here, we're going to talk about how the Harry Potter series might not be ending after the 8th film.
Oh,
and there's all sorts of things out there to really keep an eye on.
Interesting. Well, Gareth, it sounds like you've got a pretty hot lineup. I'm definitely going to be catching your panel.
Well, thank you so much. We're having a great time.
All right.
I scream and shout so you can hear. I tell you that the end is near. I still can't stand, I still can't think. You win me with my favorite drink. Give me that glass, though I feel asinine. If I can't grump, I'll drink plum wine.